Over 2,000 indigent residents of Shagamu and nearby communities received free medical care and essential health education during a large-scale malaria prevention and treatment medical outreach organized by the Rotary Club of Shagamu Royal, District 9112, in collaboration with the Rotarians Against Malaria RAM Global Rotary Action Group. The outreach, which was held on Wednesday, 12 June 2025, at AUD Primary School Field in Maku, Shagamu, commenced by 9 a.m. and delivered a comprehensive package of services targeted at reducing the burden of malaria and improving general health awareness in the local population. The outreach featured several impactful components. A total of 1,000 insecticide-treated mosquito nets were distributed to families, ensuring they had a simple but powerful to prevent mosquito bites, particularly at night when malaria-carrying mosquitoes are most active. An impressive 2,009 doses of anti-malaria medication were also provided free of charge, allowing many who have otherwise gone untreated to begin proper care immediately. Before medication was dispensed, individuals went through free malaria testing to ensure accurate diagnosis and targeted treatment. In addition to malaria-specific care, participants also benefited from free vital health checks, including blood pressure and blood sugar screening, two common but often overlooked indicators of chronic illness in underserved communities. What made the event especially meaningful was its strong focus on education and prevention. Trained volunteers and health professionals provided step-by-step guidance on how to correctly use the mosquito nets, when and how to take the anti-malaria medication for maximum effectiveness, and how to identify early signs of malaria. The project chair of the outreach, Rotarian Dr. Modele Jagun, who also serves as the incoming president of the Rotary Club of Shagamu Royal, delivered a powerful and heartfelt address. Dr. Jagun also took time to demystify the outreach, encouraging beneficiaries to see it not just as charity, but as a community-led call to action.
Rotary Club of Shagamu Royal Anje, Adewa Sidibayi, Lori, àwọn tó sponsor program. Àwọn tó ń pè ní Rotarians Against Malaria. Kí nìyẹn mean? Ó mean wípé a fẹ́ kí malaria kó yé pa àwọn ọmọ wa, kí malaria kó yé ṣe wá léṣe, kó yé ṣe jàmbá sí wa lára. A fẹ́ sọ fún wa bí a ṣe máa dènà malaria, kó má máa fa àrùn sí wa lára. Kí la lè ṣe? Oògùn wo la lè lò? Báwo la ṣe máa prevent ẹ̀? Òun la wá ṣe.
The event also saw the attendance of notable figures within the Rotary Club, including Dr. Adedayo Gbadebo Saba, the immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Shagamu Royal, and Rotarian Obafemi Latunde, the irresistible president of Rotary Club Shagamu Royal. He commended the initiative and expressed pride in the ongoing efforts of the club and its partners. The outreach was made possible through generous support and sponsorship of the Rotarians Against Malaria Global Rotary Action Group, which has long championed the fight against malaria on a global scale. A continued partnership with local Rotary clubs in Shagamu. The Rotary Club of Shagamu Royal has once again demonstrated its unwavering commitment to service and community upliftment by addressing both the medical and educational aspects of malaria prevention. The club is helping to build a healthier, more informed, and more resilient community, one at a lifetime.
We are here today to show our support to Rotary Club of Shagamu. We gave our support some medications for the community to use, and I also had a small talk with the community on how to effectively treat malaria and use their anti-malarials according to dose and at appropriate time. So we are really glad to be here to show support for the program. for foundations around that wants to do community outreach, clubs, even hospitals and pharmacies around, we show our support, and our products are even everywhere.
Rotary itself is a service to humanity, so we intend to impart something lovely to the community around. So it's a yearly thing. So we are having this year. We are hoping to have a succulent year to come. You know, like I went for a seminar like 2 days ago, and they even advise us to keep doing service to humanity, so that people will keep asking you that, you did something last year, are you doing it this year? You know, generally it's just service to humanity. Then the project is actually for 2,000. Then we are still expecting, you know how people behave now. 9 minutes you see them around. Now we are almost done with 500. So I believe people are still coming in. Number one, once you are feeling somehow, you have to test yourself. That's the first thing, because malaria is now something else now. Because you can't just say, okay, because I'm having malaria, you want to use a drug. First, get tested, know what you are doing, go straight to the main something. If it's malaria, you treat yourself for malaria and everything. Then coming back to Rotary is, if you don't have the mind of giving, I don't think you should join Rotary, because Rotary is all about giving back to the society one way or the other. You know, whether in financial, in physical, or whichever way, it's about giving. So if you don't have the mind of giving, I don't think you should join Rotary. But I want to say this again. Even if you don't have enough money with you and you still want to join Rotary, you can still join Rotary. You just give the quota you have with you, you know, to show that I want to give, but let me drop the little I have. So some people think that Rotary is about money. If you don't have money, you can't join Rotary. Whereas you can join Rotary once you're able to pay your dues. You know, any little you have, any amount, just drop it to support. We have other people that has more. You know, we just combine the two together and do something to the community. Last month we had we did solar project to School of the Needy. Even this school that we are using presently, they've showed me their projects. They've shown me that they have issues with their borehole and everything, which we are considering. You know, as the incoming project service incoming, you know, we will start work by July 1st. I'm hoping that I will slot them into the projects for you know, schools. We are majoring on schools and other places.
Well, today's event is something that is remarkable. If you remember very well, Rotary played a very important and prominent role in the eradication of polio all over the world. And we all know the impact of malaria in our environment here, especially the tropical area of the whole world. The rate at which it kills at every age. We will have what we call the congenital malaria, that is children who are born with malaria, the effect when they are young, the effect on the children, the effect on adults, and especially the effect on even pregnant women. So it's a killer that reduces lifespan of many people all over the world. And then also it affects everybody economically. So it's a disease that needs to have our attention, and that's why Rotary Club is playing a role in the fight against malaria. We know that malaria resists all sorts of attempts, you know, in terms of development of vaccines. But with this, we know how malaria infects people, mosquito, environment, and the most especially in this environment. So our aim is to try to ensure that the contact between the malaria, the vector, and the host, we people, is minimized, and that's why polio is not taking it lowly. It's something we pay attention to, and we want to ensure that malaria, to some extent, is also eradicated, like we have succeeded in the eradication of polio.
Rotary is the group of
volunteers or individuals that are given to community service, and it is the general body. But Rotaract is that group of the younger generation. It is actually for the ages 15 to 25, 15 thereabout to 25, and we form about institutional or community-based Rotaract clubs. There are two different Rotaract clubs, the institution-based and the community-based. For my school, it is an institution-based because we have undergraduates in our college. So we are a collection of medical students from basic medical sciences, nursing, pharmacy, and medicine. Collation of all these students who are given to community projects, personal development, and friendship. So for malaria treatment, which is the key project for which RAM is being done, that is Rotarians Against Malaria. Well, this is a heartbeat to us as Rotary Club of Obafemi Awolowo College of Health Science, because we do a lot of health outreach. RAM particularly is dealing with malaria prevention and the screening and treatment. So the key thing we are doing here in this outreach is to first screen people of malaria through the rapid diagnostic test, and then advise them by counseling via the consultations via various medical students and medical officials currently on board, to tell them ask about their symptoms to ascertain that it is indeed malaria infection that they have. Then afterwards we prescribe the medication, the anti-malarials, and we know that for anti-malarials they are key because they have a time regimen by which they are done. So we ensure that we prescribe these drugs per the dose and per the duration, and we educate them per the duration how they are to use it, and which is why we are quite glad that many people turned up for this program and are benefactors of this project.
There's a lot to benefit because of the free medical checkup on malaria to individuals. A lot cannot afford. It's an opportunity to me to attend it and have a checkup on malaria. No, they are doing a great work. They are doing a very, very great work. Thank you. Yeah.
Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo tó ń ṣe mí lágbára tí mo ṣàlàyé fún wọn ni mo rí èsì gbà, mo gbógun, mo dẹ̀ tún gba nẹ́ẹ̀tì tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún malaria. Ó dẹ̀ tún fún mi lógún tó ṣiṣẹ́ fún nǹkan tí mo ṣàlàyé fún. Mo ṣàdúrà pé àwọn tó gbètò ìkàlẹ̀ ọwọ́ wọn á máa ròkè. Ibi tó ti mú owó tó fi ṣe gbogbo ètò yìí, àpò wọn ní gbẹ. So ọ̀nà àtúbọ̀ máa bùkún fún wọn sí àwọn ọmọ tí wọn náà jẹ́ máa rí àǹfààní báyìí gbà. Iléeṣẹ́ wọn dẹ̀ sún ní jóná máa ròkè sí lórúkọ Jésù.
Torí ẹ̀fọn jíjẹ kó má jẹ wá pàánù lé. Rìsẹ́ẹ̀tì àti àgbọ̀n ilé wa jìnnà. Ẹnìkan ló pè mí mo ṣe fi ń wẹ́lọ̀ tí mo ṣe wá bí lónìí. Ó jẹ́ àǹfààní gidi o. Ó jẹ́ àǹfààní gidi torí ẹ̀fọn gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ̀yàn pa sínú ilé. Kíní wíníwíní ńlá ń rà torí tí wọ́n pín jọ sí wọn ò pín dọ́dọ̀ wá wọn là gba káàdì báyìí. Torí ọ̀nà kékeré fa. Ẹnìkan ló pè mí bó ṣe débi láàárọ̀ ló pè mí ni mo ṣe wá bí. Ẹ ṣé mo ti ṣàdúrà fún yín gbogbo yín ẹ ṣoríire ẹni tó gbé kalẹ̀ àdúrà rẹ̀ ó gbà ẹ̀yin dààmú iléeṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ò ní jóná. Tàwa náà yìí jóná kan wá balẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ ọmọ lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run gbogbo yín lẹ́ ṣoríire ìyìn wá yín tì lágbára Ọlọ́run ọdún tá a ṣe àtúnjọ ṣe láyọ̀ àtàlàáfíà ẹ ṣé o.
Okay, we are actually working in conjunction with the Rotarians Against Malaria. It's an action group under Rotary International, and it's actually the first of its kind in Shagamu. It's the first time we're actually bringing this to Shagamu. And the Rotarians Against Malaria, the action group, which we call RAM for short, they've actually been eradicating, preventing, and having different initiatives for malaria endemic countries, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, all over the place. And what they actually do is they partner with local Rotary clubs to actually bring this to pass. And we're happy, we're we're excited that today we're going to be able to meet, the needs of about 2,000, if not more than 2,000 people, with what has been provided for us. And we have a mosquito, treated mosquito nets. We have anti-malarias. And we also have some other minor partners that also gave us some other stuff to actually boost the outreach. You can see that we have MTN at the end there that are here to, for free, also contribute to what we are doing. Everybody is happy about this, and we are also very happy. Sure. Preventing malaria actually starts from we, the individuals. What do we do? How do we take care of our environment, which is so important? Our environment is very important. Simple things like cutting the grass, like doing away with puddles of water around the company, even the dustbins around. Once you have water, you have stagnant water, the mosquitoes can actually lay their eggs in there and actually, germinate and also turn to mosquitoes and now start biting people. And of course, we know that the most implicated mosquito is the Anopheles, the female Anopheles. That's the one that is actually implicated in the malaria, this malaria that we're talking about. So if we can take care of our environment, then secondly, the use of this insecticide-treated nets, which we are giving out today. You can see that when we're giving it out, one of the things that we try to do to encourage people to use it is we unwrap them. We tear them out, we actually give it to them naked. Because we notice that people collect it and they just take it home, they just keep it. Or some even take it out and they use it in exchange for something else. And some even sell it. So we only want to give people that would use it for their own protection and protection of their children.
Well, like you can see from the banner, it's malaria. This is malaria. Since we knew that malaria is one of the major challenges, a deadly disease that have been ravaging, especially in sub-Saharan Africa. And then we look at it that we need to get to the citizen, one, to educate them on how to prevent, then also to provide solutions to those who already have it. And that's why you can see we are giving drugs, we are giving nets, so that this disease can be eradicated from the society. Yes, you see why we do that, why the special arrangement for pregnant women is that most times we don't want the, from the pregnancy to be the mother now to transmit this malaria into the child. And that's why if it's properly taken care of, we are sure that the child will be safe and there won't be need for malaria. Okay. Well, like you have seen, Rotary is an NGO, so we do a lot of things. And basically we have 7 areas of focus that we deal with, which this is one of it, medical. Last 2 weeks, we were at the school with the special needs. Handicap. Yes, where they are not handicapped again, they are special needs, they are special children. We got there, we discovered that they have an interactive board, something that they will have been using to teach these children. But unfortunately, there is no power to power it. And we say, no, let's give them power to power this interactive board so that these children can continue to learn in a modern technology. So that's one of the things that we do. So we are basically NGO, non-profit organizations, and we depend only on either a grant, like this one now is an action group in Rotary. They call them RAM, Action Against Malaria. So we are partnering with them and any other friends that want to be with us. So basically that's what we do.